Hello and welcome in to the first video on this series, the beginner guide to Hunter Call of the Wild. We're going to be going over need zones, finding animals, approaching the animals, and using the collars right here. So I'm on my main account right now. We're going to go ahead and select a reserve. If you're on the default Hunter Call of the Wild purchase package, right here you're going to have Hirschfelden and you're going to have Leighton Lake. I strongly recommend people start on Leighton Lake if they're new to the game. It's a very easy to learn map. You have a nice starting gun that can take down a bunch of deer and a bunch of other animals on this map. That would be our Ranger 243 right here that I have loaded up with soft point ammo. That's what you start with, and your regular scope. The only collar I'm using for this video is the Deer Bleat collar. We're going to start by going over where need zones are. Need zones are very important based on your starting time of the day. Right now we're at 6:36 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and reset the time of day in case you are not sure about how to do that. This is your first starting outpost. It is called Belmont Railroad Outpost right here. Go ahead and get in here, go to the bed, hit rest, and you can reset your time of day. I usually like resetting around 5:30 a.m. Excuse the rain for a second. And we're going to check out where these need zones are. Need zones are indicated by these icons on the map. This one is a drinking zone. You can see on the bottom right where my mouse is. When I hover over the need zone icon on the bottom right, this one says blacktail deer 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. There's an eating zone for jackrabbit right next to it. If I scroll up here, we can see a resting zone. Those are your three different types of need zones. And what those numbers mean is that if I have blacktail deer from 5:30 to 9:30, then I should be able to walk over there and find them. While we're doing that, I'm going to show you the difference between walking speeds. So starting off, we're going to look at our compass right here. It's our circular icon to the bottom right. You see, as I turn, that compass turns as well. And that green cone that is on that compass is our wind direction. So that is the way the wind is blowing. If you look to the side, you can see little bits of debris kind of blowing across. And that will also tell you where your wind is blowing. If animals are in the direction of the way your wind is blowing, they're going to smell you. So keep that in mind. You always want to hunt opposite of the wind, which should be this way. And a lot of people, when they get into the game, they just want to hold shift and they want to run like this. I'm moving forward, I'm standing up and I'm running. Look on the bottom right there, you can see right below that green bar, that's my health icon. Right below that, to the left to right, is my heartbeat icon. As I keep running, that heartbeat's going to start beating. Right in the middle, there is my visibility icon, and to the right side is my audio icon. On the right side, that is how much noise I'm making. Look what happens when I slow down and I get to a walk. My audio is going to reduce to 1 red bar. If I crouch walk and I hold shift, then I'm at 3 white bars. Notice my visibility went down to a diamond icon. So I'm a little bit less visible. If I stop holding shift when I crouch walk, I'm at 2 bars. Then I can hit Z, as in Zulu, to crawl. And if I'm holding shift while I'm crawling, I'm making 2 white bars. I have a half of a circle of visibility. If I go down to a regular crawl right here, nice and slow, nice and quiet, I have 1 white bar. And if I hold still, I have a flat bar of visibility and 0 noise. The other thing that you'll notice, if you get up here to a bush, let's get up here real quick. So I get right up here to a bush and I crouch inside that bush and I'm right next to it. I will actually get a gray bar on my visibility, which means I'm completely concealed inside that bush. I can observe any animal out here, and that animal will not see me at all. Completely hidden. So we're going to go ahead and move up over here towards the need zone. I'm going to get my collar out real quick. And we're just going to crouch walk up here to be nice and quiet on the approach. I'm going to try and stay in the trees. When you're moving through the trees, your audio is going to be a little bit loud. The noise that you make is going to be a little bit more loud. So just try and crouch walk nice and slow. I'm going to go ahead and use a collar. And we'll see what that does. Maybe we'll pull a black-tailed deer out of here or something. But I'm going to stay by these trees because if you notice on that visibility marker, again, as long as I'm next to the trees, my visibility has this flat gray line. That is the best concealment you can get in the game. The other thing you'll notice here is if I go to my inventory and I go to my lures, hover over your lure, look on the bottom right. It'll tell you exactly what species are affected by that lure. We have white-tailed deer, black-tailed deer, mule deer, sika deer. Right now we're going for black-tailed deer. It has a range of 150 meters. I only have to call it every 90 seconds. And so we're going to be using that lure and see if we can pull a deer out over here. I've called it again. I'm going to keep my binoculars out in case I need to spot one. And we'll see if there's one over here. Notice I'm still crouch walking up to the zone, and it looks like we have one right here. It is attentive. Go ahead and hide up by this bush so it doesn't see me. I'm actually hearing a couple other black-tailed deer over here, but I'm going to keep using that collar. We'll see if we can outline them real quick. There's one, there's a male. There's the female we spotted earlier. And again, that green arrow is behind the needle right now, so they're not smelling me yet. They're just going to stay right there. So again, I went to the need zone right here at an appropriate time. It's 5:50 a.m. The need zone's between 5:30. They are here. I called them in with the collar. And let's see if I can show you how standing up will make them startle and run away. So the reason that I'm crouched is because if I move and I'm close to an animal, it will see me, even if I'm crouched out in the open. It'll see me. And it should run away. I'm surprised they haven't ran already. There they go. And there's one more to the left. The one to the left I was waiting on. Oh, they're rabbits. Okay. So these rabbits just gave me a warning thump because if you notice, that green icon on the compass was blowing right towards them. So they smelled me and the deer saw me. It's very important when you're stalking animals to keep your scent, visibility, and your sound all the way down if you want to get close enough to take a nice, decent shot. That's everything I have on approaching animals, need zones, and using the collars. Need zones sometimes will shift depending on how many animals you take from a need zone, but always be looking on the ground for disturbed vegetation. Any need zone patterns, maybe like this one, perhaps. Need zone, eating zone. Look on the top right. 5 jackrabbits right there at that need zone. So look for those indications on the ground when you're running around. You can also see a bunch of footprints all together. Let me see if I can find one real quick. I don't think I will, but if I do, I'll show you. And yeah, look for those need zones. And that is where you're going to find the animals. Like I said at the beginning, always be looking for animals at water features, lakes, ponds, rivers early in the morning. Right here is another way to find a need zone. If you spot the animal, just like that, we get a bunch of moose right there. And those moose are actually at this need zone right here between 5 and 9:30. So that's another need zone right there. It's an easy way of finding animals early on in the game and getting your shots in. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully this one helped for tracking down animals. Next video we're going to be doing is spotting, getting your skills binoculars and ranging the animal. So tune in for the next video. Thank you for watching.